This week's scenario is Entrenched from the 2016 Steamroller packet. The scenario does not have the Killbox Artifice in effect and consists of 2 rectangular zones. The friendly zone can be dominated for 1 CP. The enemy zone can be controlled for 1 CP or dominated for 2 CPs, but not until the enemy objective has been destroyed for 1 CP. Victory conditions consist of 5 control points or caster assassination.
Evening folks, Fort here. I'm going to try out the new Circle Mark III Battlebox caster. With her I'm running a Druid Wilder, a Feral, a couple of the new high defense Griffons, Warpwolf Stalker, and to help the Griffons out, Wrong Eye and Snapjaw, a unit of Sentry Stones with their Mannikins, a unit of Shifting Stones, Alten Ashley, 2 Efaarit Scouts, and 2 Bloodweaver Night Witches.
For my deployment, I have Doomshaper, a Mauler, Mulg, an Earthborn Dire Troll, the Krielstone with UA, Min Krielstone with UA, 3 units of Runeshapers, a full unit of Champs, and a Feralgeist.
Well, I won the toss to go first, and looking at my opponent's army, I'm expecting to see Runeshapers on either flank with a heavy battle group running up the middle. With that in mind, I'm going to put my battle group in the middle of the table as well, but I'm going to stack my right side where my zone is with all of my solos, the Scouts and Alten Ashley. One solo is going to go at the very top, one of the Bloodweaver Night Witches, in the hopes of running around behind those obstacles and then that forest that's in his zone to try to sneak in there and contest his zone with a model that's going to be hard to see and hard to get to. She might buy me a turn or 2 of control points.
So, for my deployment, I think about his army and I think about Alten Ashley and the Alten Ashley dilemma. So I decided to do a hard flank by a zone fake with my beasts. Since I want to try to fake out the Alten Ashley idea, I want to bait Gary's deployment of Alten Ashley on one of the sides, so I think he's going to deploy them behind those forests. So I would deploy my beasts opposite the zone, and I'm just going to pump fake and move to the zone that's closer to me with all my beasts. And I deploy some Runeshapers. I made a mistake because I should have deployed all 3 units of Runeshapers together to go kill Alten Ashley and the beasts. But yeah, I just think that it's a stronger position for me. If I can kill Alten Ashley and those guys, I think I have a strong chance of winning.
Well, my opponent set up almost exactly as I thought he would. He swung his battle group a little bit further to the bottom of the screen than I thought he might. So I'm going to put the Mannikins up here and use them to mess with the Runeshapers in his zone, flanking his zone, while the rest of my army is going to swing even further south as I move, with my Shifting Stones set up to support that. Well, time to put the plan in action. We're going to run Alten and his posse down south to dominate this woods area here. He's going to stay 3 inches deep so they can't see him. The Efaarits are going to be behind the woods. They all have Pathfinder, so they're fairly mobile and hard to pin down here. Going to drop my 4-inch AoE that I should have dropped during my maintenance or control phase. I don't remember, but it's before the turn starts, from my fuel cache. Now the Sentry Stones, which I think are going to be a premier unit in Mark III, they're just all around really good. The Mannikins and the Sentry Stone now, with having to spend Fury just to put the forest or to teleport is really good. The Bloodweaver Night Witch is going to run north and try to get around behind those woods to cause problems for my opponent up there. He doesn't have a lot of units supporting his zone. I don't know that those Runeshapers are going to be able to pin her down without her taking a couple of them out. And now the meat of my army, my battle group, is going to move centrally toward that pond. I think Wrong Eye and Snapjaw might be kind of whispering in their ear that pond is a good place to be. Not that he's biased or anything about this sort of thing. Going to park the 2 high defense Griffons in front of the battle group. On this turn, they're not going to have the cover that they're going to have in the future turns. I'm not going to be able to get star-crossed up because I'm going to run Snapjaw and Wrong Eye forward as far as possible. The Feral's going to go to dominate the bottom part of my battle group, while the Stalker and Snapjaw move to give me power projected around the top side of that pond. And then Tannith, however her name is said, is going to move forward. I don't run her because I want to put up admonition. I'm going to put up admonition on the Feral, I believe, and the Stalker is too far away to get Scything Touch up. I really wanted to get that on him, and she's going to put Spiny Growth on herself, and then I'm going to pass the turn.
Trollbloods, turn 1. So, I start to do the Alten Ashley Pump Fake. Pre-measurement. Now I'm going to do some pre-measuring. I love pre-measurement because this allows me to do the Alten Pump Fake really well. So I'm just going to run away from Alten Ashley and his 2 little beasts because they trade extremely well against my battle group. They kill half a beast a turn. And half a beast a turn, that means if Alten Ashley and his dudes live for 4 turns, they kill 2 beasts. They kill 2... I don't know. It's bad. So I'm doing this Alten Ashley Pump Fake. Hopefully I can get some Alten Ashley dead. But unfortunately I forget about that little witch that's standing in front of Alten Ashley, who's going to ruin my plans for a good trade. Move up the champs, just to kind of get my center forward. Also to provide a little bit of cover for the beasts, which I hope will be the real punch in the list. Those 3 Runeshapers just turtle around over there. I guess I had to keep something in the zone, but I could have done that with the champs. Should have put the Runeshapers with the other Runeshapers. Mauler runs. The Earthborn's going to run as well. I think the Earthborn's pretty bad, but he has Pathfinder, and he's also got a bunch of weird immunities, and he has, like, that really cool Animus, so I really like him. Sometimes. Mulg's also worse, but I think the Mauler more than makes up with it. I don't know. I wasn't really happy with this list. This list is kind of like every model I have painted that punches really hard. And Doomshaper, who was my favorite caster in Mark II. Put Fortune on the champs.
Let's see, pick up my Fury and then place my Fuel Cache Cloud. And now I'm going to try to get rid of as many of these Runeshapers down south as I can. Hopefully this Bloodweaver Night Witch can take out a couple of them. It's possible. I probably would have been safer getting rid of that Feralgeist because she's got one of the only magic weapons down there. But I need these Runeshapers down. So with that in mind, she's going to charge one of them and try to kill him on the charge attack without spending any of her life to do so. And then I should have sidestepped forward instead of sideways. But she hits this guy with her killing spree attack, or misses him with her first killing spree attack, so I boost to hit the next one, taking D3 damage, and then failed to kill him. So she's kind of stuck there. She might have gotten one more, but I don't think so. This other one, the one up north, I decided to get ballsy and try to go after the guy that's there. I would have only killed one of them, and so it would have been a bad move. And luckily, she couldn't reach him and get within reach with that obstacle in the way. So instead, she sticks to the original plan and runs around the backside of the woods. Here comes the Sentry Stone and Mannikin, and they're going to likely not live through the next turn, as I don't really... they're going to be too far forward due to that short command range. So I'm going to go in and spray as much as I can and boost as much as I can and try to take out this unit of Runeshapers, or at least whittle them down some. The sprays are actually fairly powerful and they've got a good range, so they do have chances. If they hit, they do have a good chance of taking out some guys, assuming no toughs. It sucks that his guys don't fall down. I actually even hurt the beast there with that boosted damage roll. I used all my Fury. I had 4 Fury on it. I had 2 from last turn and rolled a 4, I think, for it this turn, and so they ended up with 4 Fury. I don't have a 3-inch ring. The forest should be a 3-inch forest, but we used a 4-inch ring and we'll play just inside the inner ring instead of the outer ring for this. And now the Griffins are going to move forward. I'm starting... I think that I don't want to use a lot of Fury off Tanith this turn, so I'm not going to Fury up everything. I probably should have put Elusive up on this Actually, I do put elusive up on this top one, but I don't do anything with the bottom one. The Feral warps for armor and runs a little bit over there just to get some fury on him. The Stalker just moves forward and doesn't do anything. Wrong Eye moves up and casts Submerge and Starcrossed, and he's good to go. Snapjaw is going to run around the top side, stand on that hill. He's not actually in the forest because, like I said, it's the inner side of the ring. Then the Stones are going to move up. They're mainly here for Fury mitigation. I will teleport with him if I get a chance to take something out big, something important, but they're not really here for that. Now we're going to send the Alten's posse out to try to take care of the rest of these Runeshapers. Alten hits but fails to kill. He rolled really low on his damage roll. He did leave a grievous wounds on this guy though, so he doesn't get to roll for a tough this turn. And the Efaarit shows Alten how it's done, puts a hole through that Runeshaper. Next Efaarit goes up. That guy's not completely on the hill, so he doesn't get the hill bonus. So I'm going to try to take him out too. And the Efaarit does, and he fails his tough check. So those guys are doing their job. I really like that little package. It's kind of expensive, but Alten is definitely worth it. The Efaarits maybe not so much. They're just kind of fun to play with, and I had them painted. So I said, what the heck? Now Tannith's looking. I want to get her gun in action. I love this root gun or whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm not sure what it's called. It's like it has stationary or not stationary. Shadowbind on a 4-inch AoE if it hits somebody. Jaws of the Earth is what it's called. So if I can hit this guy here, I could move a little bit further forward and try to hit the other guy that's right behind him, but it puts her a little too far forward, and as the Stones have already teleported this turn, I couldn't get her back into safety. I guess I could have moved the admonition to her. But instead, I want to shoot this troll that's up on the hill here, and if I can shadowbind those two guys, it's going to block the movement path for the two beasts behind them to get any kind of charge off, because they can't. The guys in front of them can't move, and then that's the plan at least. It's not likely to kill them because it's only a POW 12, I think. Yeah, POW 12. So it's not likely to kill the trolls if I don't boost. And I'm not going to boost. I don't want to kill these, or to try to kill these guys up here right now. So now I'm going to get crazy. I've got a lot of fury, more fury than I wanted on the table, so I'm going to drop a rift over there into the midst of this other guys. He's got some stuff there that doesn't have Pathfinder, no way to get it, so the rift might slow him down up there. We're going to boost the damage roll. We landed on a couple of the, or actually two of the Runeshapers, so we're going to boost the damage roll. And now he's got a big pile of beasts. His whole front of his line has a tough time moving now. And I'm going to pass the turnover.
Trollblood's turn 2. So, geez, what am I going to do? So what I'm hoping I'm going to do is that I'm going to kill the Griffins with some champs, feet, and then start the game 18 points up. That's really what I want to do. So I'm thinking like a Rampager, and kill some Mannikins, get them out of the way, maybe Rampager. But I can't Rampager because it's not going to matter, because the Mauler doesn't have Pathfinder. That's why I need an Axer in this list. So I'm just kind of hoping that I can kill one of the Griffins with some of the champs, and that I can put them all on base to base, and then they'll be kind of hard to kill. Plus, I'll disincentivize my opponent with my feet. That's what I'm hoping to do. However, I don't realize how horribly bad that math is for me. It is so bad. Wrong Eye and Snapjaw, throw that math like right out the window. Those Griffins are defense 15, and my champs are at 7, which means that they need 8s on Starcrossed, which is bad. That's horrible. But I proceed with this genuinely stupid plan, and I'm not salty about it at all. But anyway, the Rift is killing me. You know, if I could Rampager and get that Mauler in there, it would really help things a lot. It would make this, my ability to trade, a lot easier. It was just a really good play by Gary. It kind of threw me for a loop. But that is okay. And I don't know. It's hard just watching myself. You know, they say that watching yourself on these streams really helps you, and I found that it has. Because I make a lot of really poor decisions, and I just kind of move models at my opponent throughout this entire game. I don't really know what any of his stuff does, and he really punishes me for it. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this Feralgeist in the zone because I don't want my opponent to get a point. I don't know. My hopes at getting a scenario victory out of this game are almost nothing, because I don't really think I can keep anything in the zone that he can't clear in this second. And right now, I figure out that Star-Crossed on the champs, even with Fortune, doesn't help at all. So they just missed 12 attacks. All missed. Not a single damage point to the Griffins. So that's crazy. At least he didn't dodge out of my melee, so he has to walk out of it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's good. And then I try to jam my beast a little bit further down my opponent's throat. Also, I didn't realize how freaking good that Mannikin Sentry Stone unit is. I killed 2 of them and I was like, yeah, I don't really need to worry about the rest of the unit. I could have devoted some resources to killing the rest of it. I really should have. But that's fine, that's a mistake. I'm just trying to decide where to put Mulg. And where do I put him? With everybody else. Fantastic, Bruno. Just lump everybody together so they can get rifted, and only Earthborn can charge out of it. And Effie, because I'm really good. And I run the stone up. Because the stone's awesome. I'll still take it. I have to. I have to take it. It's the best model. Best model of Trollbloods. Haha, it's so good.
Okay, looks like I need to clear out this bottom zone and score. I can score this turn. I've got a Feralgeist and 1 Runeshapers in there. They shouldn't be too hard to get rid of. So I'll pull my Fury back and place my Fuel Cache Cloud and then try to figure out what to do. The Starcross worked out perfectly last game with that Scarsfell Griffon able to use Elusive to dodge out of the way. Tannith's going to walk over and drop a Rift on the Runeshaper. I'm really after the guy behind the Runeshapers more than anything else, because she's really the only magic weapon that I have up north. So, because I threw away my Bloodweaver Night Witch too soon. So she's going to drop the Rift, hit, and then boost the damage roll. I shot the guy first, trying to kill him so I could clear line of sight to the Feralgeist, but it didn't kill him. I rolled badly on the damage roll. But the Rift did kill him. So it's going to be up to Alten Ashley to take out the other guy in the zone there. The shifting stone, or the Sentry Stone, is going to make a Mannikin. He gets 2 Fury again. He's going to back up a little bit this time and try to spray down a couple more Runeshapers. The likelihood of killing them is not great, but I roll high again, and my opponent's making tough rolls. I really like these little dudes. I might try to play with more than 1 unit of them if I can find space. They're cheap for what they do. They've essentially wiped out maybe 4 Runeshapers up there, and that's definitely getting their cost back. Feral's going to back up, running around over to the side here to stay in threat range, but out of my opponent's threat range. My game plan is going to be to try to score on my zone. He often actually goes up and takes out this Runeshaper, and so I'm going to get points for this zone this turn. Wrong Eye is going to move over to a safer spot with my plan of taking my zone and holding it in a bunker. Now that I'm ahead on control points. And I'm going to use my Bloodweaver Night Witch spy up north to keep him from scoring easily, to keep myself in the lead here. The Scarsfell is going to back up, parking himself in the way across this pond from everybody with Elusive up, so that if he does get missed with the Star-Crossed penalty, he can dodge away. And the 2 Efaarits go in and shoot up this guy here, but my opponent made 1 tough check. Now we're going to back around and stay hidden in my zone.
Trollbloods turn 3. So now I'm realizing my horrible mistake of feeding. So I shouldn't have feeded because Gary just took a big step back, didn't care about anything that I was doing, and now I'm basically in the same position as I was last turn, which means I've lost my feet, which is really bad. You see me thinking about it. Because I'm having a lot of trouble. So I think I decide to go for a scenario play. You see me move this Runeshaper to try to attack the lady. And all I want to do about that lady is that I want to bait her out of that forest within... She has to walk up to kill my guy. And if she walks up and kills my guy, Doomshaper can walk into the forest and stranglehold her to death. Which means I'll have a zone. So, right now I'm trying to get secure control of that zone and put as much crap as I can into his zone. Try to keep him from scoring things, try to score some things on my turn. It's going to take a little while. I don't really have the tools to attrition. I'm really nervous and I'm really scared, because I don't really think I can fight him with Star-Crossed. I should have pooled my resources into facilitating some double-handed throws, or maybe a Rampager. Like a really aggressive Rampager on Snapjaw or something like that would have been really good. And, oh man, I can see the angle for doing it too. I just didn't really... I wasn't really thinking about it. That's okay. Try and just do some stuff with my Runeshapers. Alten Ashley is still a huge problem, and it's even worse because I didn't realize that those guys, I mean, they're light cav, so they can just yo-yo in and out of that forest all day, so I can't really win that battle. Maybe I can bait them out. I'm pretty far away. Yeah. Oh man, that worked so well. Alten Ashley can't do anything except kill that Runeshaper, which is fine. But he can't kill my beast, which is all I care about. Because Alten Ashley is really mean. I don't like him. If I can't heal my beast, then I can't win the attrition battle. But maybe I can bait him out, and maybe like a champ can kill him, surprise charge attack. Something. That's what I'm hoping. I really just don't know what to do here. I have no idea. But I decide upon the champ trick. So Mulg goes in, he misses the Griffon just walks away. I'm like, oh god. Caps my day off. I think he just missed. Like I rolled a 4, needing a 7, and I like boosted. 1-1-2. But whatever. That happens. And then I decide about the champ trick. So I really like this trick. I hope this trick worked. Because maybe this doesn't work. But what I'm hoping is that I charge the champ leader at Snapjaw. He'll do some damage to Snapjaw. And then I'll just run. But before I charge him, I'll just run the rest of the unit into the zone. And they'll stand in the zone. And as soon as Gary kills the champ leader, I'll promote somebody in the zone. And he will be fine. But I think Snapjaw gets around it because he has snacking. And he removes the champ leader from play, so I can't promote him. Or something like that. Something about this plan doesn't really go right. Not quite sure what it was. I don't know, I'll look it up on the rules forum later. But anyway, so now I'm kind of contemplating what I'm gonna do. I think I decide that he's gonna, I don't know, he's just gonna roll over my beasts. He out-threats me by a lot. I don't really have any attrition advantage. I don't really have any speed buffs. There's a lot of rough terrain between he and he can cover rough terrain like it's nothing. I think I'm really nervous that I'm just going to lose this battle. I didn't really play it that well at all. I didn't really know about the map. I should have facilitated some kind of like one-handed throw, like throw one of my champs, get Mulg to throw one champ at one of the birds, knock the bird down, and then I just needed to use more throws. Because as a troll player, I can tell you, more throws is always better. You should learn the throw rules, because the throw rules are pretty immaculate right now. So maybe a few good throws would have knocked some Griffins down, made better light of the situation. Honestly, I just didn't have the energy in me that day to do some two-handed throws. I wanted to see what I could do just walking forward and hitting things with my clubs. Yeah, kind of a masochist that way. But yeah, I'm just trying to get aggressive with my opponent. Still kind of trying to play it scenario. I don't know, it's hard. It's really hard. I don't know if I can kill that bitch. Witch. I said witch. I don't know if I can kill the witch. It's just bad news bears. Alten's gonna kill Mulg. Why does Alten kill Mulg all the day? All day. He's just like, oh man, Mulg's dead.
Well, my opponent feeded last turn, so it kind of shut down anything that I was going to be able to do. That's why the Razorwing didn't make any attacks last turn other than its basics. But now, he's got quite a bit in my zone, but he's also got two of his beasts, two of his heavy hitters, very in a position that I might be able to take them both out. This Scything Touch with Primal is kind of sick. But Wrong Eye has a dilemma. Snapjaw lost two of his aspects, so I'm going to have to heal him, which means I'm not going to be able to cast Starcross this turn because it costs 3. With that in mind, I'm going to clear him up, clear Wrong Eye, or Snapjaw, free him up from that engaging troll by making a Mannikin and then boosting the hit and then trying to kill him with a charge attack. And it succeeds. Those Mannikins are just bad news. The Bloodweaver Night Witch up north is going to take care of the one Runeshaper that moved to engage her. Then she's going to try to do a sidestep from our killing spree deep enough in the woods that no one can see her. And she succeeds. So the top contesting the zone is taken care of. I have to figure out what I'm going to do down here. So with that in mind, Tannith's going to put Scything Touch up on the finally in range of her spell Stalker, and then shoot the Runeshaper that she can see. She kills him, and I guess she's going to sit there and camp a few. Now I got to figure out what to do with these two beasts. I think my plan is to teleport the Stalker in so that he engages both of his heavies there that I'm going to try to kill, and so they get the Dark Shroud from Scything Touch debuff, and then use everything else to murder them. The Razorwing gets froggy at first. I thought he had parry, but he does not, so he's going to back up and sit here and chop on these guys in the zone. It doesn't do much. He's beat up pretty bad, so I think all of his aspects are there. He just got beat up from the critical smite from Mulg. Mulg actually got lucky and hit him one time. So now we're going to port the Stalker in so that Dark Shroud engages both of his heavies, and then I'm going to agonize over what to do with Wrong Eye, and so I move him up to attack this Earthborn, or whatever that is, or that big troll by the bird. And then I'm going to heal two aspects of Wrong Eye, or Snapjaw. And when I do that, I completely forget about the Dark Shroud. And so he's going to turn and face the proper direction. And it's going to influence one of those guys in through there to get him out of the way. And then his turn is going to be over. He gets the influence. He stabs somebody next to him, but he misses. Now he tries to hit this troll, but he's just a touch out of reach. That was we'll have to work to keep him alive this turn. I think my opponent probably should try to kill him if he can, without star-crossed up and no transfers. It's his golden opportunity. So I'm thinking that Snapjaw should kill this Earthborn in one activation with Scything Touch up, but I forget to apply the Scything Touch, so it leaves him alive. And plus I roll really bad on one of these damage rolls. I think I roll 3 1s on one of the damage rolls. There's it's 2 1s on one of the damage rolls, followed by leaving him at like 4 health or something like that, 4 or 5 health, whereas if the Dark Shroud had taken him, been remembered, he would be dead. So now I'm going to charge him with this Griffon and try to put a hurting on him with that. And I hit him, but I failed to kill him. I'm leaving him at, I think he was at not 4 boxes, he was at like 9 boxes, 10 boxes after Wrong Eye, or Snapjaw, and now he's going to be at like about the same 12 boxes or 10 boxes or so after the Griffon's ineffectual assault. So now the Stalkers, or the Feral's going to warp for strength and charge him, and this thing should take him down. I think I remember the Dark Shroud now. It's a little too late, but we kill him on the charge attack, and then we decide that Mulg might be a tougher nut to crack with this Stalker, so we throw Primal up on him. and he goes to work. The Stalker goes to work on Mulg. I get some fairly good rolls on Mulg. I kill him in a few hits, but I'm rolling at a fairly high POW. I forgot that he has protective fit or whatever it is that lets him attack me back, and he almost takes out my Stalker's spirit with one hit, which was brutal. But now that that's done, he doesn't get to attack me anymore. So the Stalker polishes him off with buying 3 hits, and then as he's got the extra fury left over, and I don't want to leave him sitting here in the middle of my army in front of that other heavy over there, I'm going to sprint him up on top of the hill so that he's looking at most of my opponent's army to charge from the Primal Frenzy next turn, and not my army. Snapjaw thanks me kindly for that, because that's who he would be going after most likely. So yeah, he's going to walk up over there. He's going to stay in Tannith's control area, but he's going to face my opponent's army and away from mine. Then the Druid Wilder moves up, and now the murderous machine that is Alten Ashley is going to go shoot some more dudes. Killing him, and then repositions so he gets a better shot shooting in the back stuff now. And then the Efaarit Scouts, who I'm starting to like a lot, decide to move up and take a shot at a guy. They don't kill anybody. I probably should have moved that first guy deeper into away from my opponent instead of forward, but then it's going to cost me this turn, I got a feeling.
Trollbloods, turn 4. I have to make light of a really bad situation. So, I don't know. I lost everything. I lost the Earthborn and Mulg, which means I lost all of my attrition advantage. But I've got some champs left, and I've got a Mauler left. So, also, Fortenberry Fort has positioned his Stalker in an odd way. I think I can Rampager him out. I love Rampager. It's just moving somebody is the best thing in the world. So I want to Rampager the Stalker out of her control zone so that he'll Frenzy on Alten Ashley. Brilliant! Because I can choose one Frenzy target in my control area per game. And I'm just going to be like, alright, the Stalker now gets Alten Ashley. Go get him! But I forgot to do that. I forgot to target Alten. I forgot I could use that scroll, but initially that's what I wanted to do. And then I want to maybe get a champion to kill those 2 Outrider people. I don't know, I can't really win. I can only trade the Mauler for Wrong Eye, but once I do that, I can't kill that Warpwolf Stalker, and I can't kill that Warpborn. So I think he'll just trade up. He'll find the resources to kill my champs, and then he'll find the resources to kill my Mauler. And that'll be basically the end of the game for me. I think that is how it ends, if I'm not mistaken. I should have cast Rage on myself. Should have just picked up Snapjaw, thrown him at. He and I were discussing the throw rules. There are no double-handed throws anymore, as I found out during this game. I don't know if everybody knew that, but I thought it was odd. You just pick somebody up and you throw them. So, the throw rules are really odd. Did anybody else know that? Like, you just throw them at a point? That's so strange. They've been completely streamlined. I think they're really powerful now. I just don't think I did it correctly this time. Because I think I was trying to knock down the Stalker and hit the guy. Because if I knock down the Stalker, the champs can run in and they can like chop him up real quick. And then I can just remove everything he has on the table really quickly. That's what I was going for. But c'est la vie. C'est la vie. It would have been great too. And then he would have just had one Stalker against my Mauler. I will take that fight. But I don't do the throw right. I think I could have just thrown it like right in front of him. And it would have just hit both of he and Snapjaw, and then I could have just killed both of them. And darn. I should have been more conservative with my Runeshapers. I've been thinking about just keeping them in the back and using them for the late game. I was also hoping that maybe I could charge one or two of those Krielstone guys into the Stalker, they'll do some damage. You know, it'll be like 4 points of damage, but 4 points of damage is better than nothing. That was if I knocked him down. So, you know, best laid plans of Alten Ashley and his bros go down. Champ just two-shots him. Champs hit like trucks. It's so funny. They always hit like trucks, but I just think it's crazy. Just punch it. But you can't give them Flaming Fists anymore, which is really sad, because a champ getting +4 static damage to whatever he rolled on damage, sometimes that won me games. You know, that was what won me a game against Lucant when I randomly charged one warder at him and just... Oh yeah, you forgot that I had rage? You're dead. Thank you, Solus. That one's for you, buddy.
Well, Bruno has jammed up my approach to get my Feral onto his last heavy with all of these little tough bodies, and he's got 2 guys in my zone. I'm pretty sure I can clear my zone out. He made a mistake by killing both of those Efaarit, because now the Feral has to actually charge this one Trollkin, and he can't get to him because he's going to bounce into this obstruction. We're playing this obstruction as completely blocking movement, not as it probably should be played, where a Pathfinder beast could go over the top of it for a cost of cost of 2 inches of movement or something like that. I haven't read those rules clearly enough to know exactly how to play it, so we just said it completely blocks movement, which means to get into melee range with that one beast that he has to charge, or one Trollkin that he has to charge, he's going to bounce into the obstruction and stop. So now, got to get rid of these guys surrounding his heavy so I can get the Feral on him, and that should put him out of the game completely. Alten Ashley is going to walk over and take a shot at this guy in my zone, and instead I decide to shoot the Krielstone, because if I hit it with grievous wounds and kill it, it doesn't get to, it's going to lose the +2 armor buff, which could be a big deal with this Feral maybe not being able to kill him, because I'm not going to be able to cast Scything Touch on him and do what I need to do with Tannith, I don't think. But Alten Ashley does hit him, and now he has to replace him with one of the guys that are in the middle of this scrum in the center of the board there, and the armor buff goes away, which was what my goal was. That means Tanith herself is going to have to take care of these 2 guys that are trespassing in her zone. They're transgressors as well. I guess Wrong Eye, or he's going to come in and try to avenge his fallen beastie, getting rid of a couple of these dudes. I need to get rid of 2 more, I believe, to be able to get the Feral in on his beast there. And Wrong Eye gets rid of the first one and the second one, and then he misses on the third one. So he didn't quite get them all done. It's going to leave the Scarsfell the job of taking out the remaining 2. There's now only really 1 in the way, so I only need to get rid of that 1 guy. And he does. Opponent passes 1 tough check and then fails the second one. So now the Mannikins are going to go. These guys have just done great work the whole game. They're going to spray the last guy, trying to get rid of him. One of them misses, but the other one hits and then boosts to kill him. And now the Feral can just walk over to the troll there, and with Primal up should be able to murder him. The Razorwing, who hasn't done a whole lot the whole game but stand in the way, is going to try to hurt one of these guys, and he continues to do nothing. He is wounded a little bit, by the way, so he gets a little bit of slack, but not a lot. He's been a body in the way, and that's it. I could have taken another Mannikin in place of him. He does nothing. So now, I guess Tannith is going to go do the job. She's got to reach on that stick she has, and it's hard enough to hurt these guys. So if I hit them, I can boost the damage, and they're likely to die from that as long as they don't make a tough check. But then she'll hit him again, and they will die. So the first guy fails a tough check. Second guy hit him and kill him, and he fails a tough check. So now she's standing in her zone alone. The cheese stands alone. So that's another point for me. The Feral's going to walk over, staying in melee with the last remaining dude that he has there, but that lets him get close enough that he can attack the troll beast with all of his attacks. Tannith cast Feral on him as her last thing in her action, and now he's putting the hurting on the troll, and it shouldn't take too much to kill it. This guy actually hits fairly hard. So now my opponent has nothing but his caster left and one guy sitting in the pond, and the Feral takes care of the guy sitting in the pond. Now he's got his caster left. Forgot to put out the fuel cache, so I did now. The Druid Wilder runs over to say hi to her old buddy, Doomshaper, and the Bloodweaver goes in, and my opponent concedes. He really had nothing he could do. Tanith is actually really good. I enjoy playing her quite a bit. See you next time.
I will be back with better star-crossed math. That's all I took away from this game, is that star-crossed is amazing on Defense 15 models. And don't be lazy with pre-measurements.